New Year and welcome to 2024, my dear friends. And this is our ninth episode of FinWiz, the Fridays Fire Chats. And we have with us Raviji. Happy New Year, Raviji. How are you?
I'm good, Subhash. Happy New Year to you too, and Happy New Year to viewers.
Thank you, thank you. So, what was so special about this New Year? What did you do, Raviji?
So this New Year, there is a lot of soul searching. There's always you think about what you did, reflection of the past, and you also would have had some goals that you wanted to accomplish in the previous years. So you try to do that this year. There is nothing wrong. Sometimes your goal is something that may need to be long term. So you work on that and you continue working on that. And anything new, of course, because innovations, it's always innovations are happening. You would see from artificial intelligence to different chat GPT, so many technologies that happened in last year. So you try to in this business you try to do all these, incorporate all these things. So different things. So I'm looking towards 2024.
That's great. That's great to hear, Raviji. Yes.
So Subhash, so what about you? I mean, you have asked about me. Thank you. What about you? What are your goals? What are your habits? Would be very eager to know what you are going to do coming up this year.
Okay. Raviji, normally every year I have been having this habit on the 31st of December. This habit started right from my college days, where I sit and contemplate of how did the year go, what are the things that went so well this year, and who were the people responsible who helped me to have a fantastic year. Heart of hearts, I show my gratitude by thanking them mentally. If possible, yes, we can call and wish them thank you for being a fantastic support in this entire year. But at least heart of hearts, we can show our gratitude to them. And also, I look at, okay, what did not do so well in this year? What is the scope for improvement? Okay, so if we can introspect, it's a self-introspection, probably you will automatically find your way of how we can improve. And I believe that we are our best critics. So this is a habit I've been having every year. And most importantly, every once in a 5 year, I reset my goals. So this 2024, I have set a new goal in the sense that we have been talking regularly in the FinWiz, the Fridays Fire Chat series, where we have been talking about a little bit on the personal finance aspects in the various activities that we do in our life. But I strongly believe for our country to go to the next level, if you are talking about hitting a 10 trillion economy, it's very, very important that the business community, the entrepreneurship should develop in our country. Because I believe the business owners are most critical for the economic development because they create so much of opportunities in employment, so much of new technologies, new innovations, inventions, everything come, and that is the reason that we are coming out as a global leader. I am very sure you would have seen a lot of stats yourself, how entrepreneurship has developed in the recent past in India. And I believe to give back to this community of business owners, we have started a new series, Raviji. The series name is Leadership Launch, and we had our first episode released on January 1st. I am so happy to share with all our viewers. And every once in a 5 year, I keep looking at what is it that we can do something new, what is more relevant in the current scenario of things and how the development is happening in the world, especially in the profession in which we operate. So the decision, I am sure you are aware that me and Raghav started a new franchisee of BNI in the region of Kanchipuram, Chengalpet. That decision also happened on the 1st of January. That was in 2019. And the decision for me to take up a membership in BNI, to take my business to the next level, especially the distribution side, as well as on the financial planning, whatever I've been doing on the training, that happened 15 years back in 2009. I decided for 5 years, I will give my all towards the training industry so that I can stabilize. And again, 5 years later in 2014, I decided to be a part of this fantastic organization of BNI. 2019, I took up the franchisee of BNI, and 2024, looking to do something new on the online world.
So definitely, I mean, like you've been a great leader. I mean, from what I have interacted with you, been in some of your programs also earlier. So your leadership is like always amazed me, and definitely, I mean, like as clear. I mean, this is a ever changing environment, and entrepreneurs actually last year you might have a goal that will keep change. I mean, like a lot of things change, and you have to adapt. The adaptability you talked about, I'm sure you're going to talking about it more. talking about adaptability, I know you are a finance guy now, but once upon a time you were a science graduate. So that itself is a big adaptability, if you ask me. I mean, like, and you would, definitely I want you to share about how this transformation happened and how science is helping you with your finance.
Fantastic question, G. You are taking me back to so many years, or rather, why we landed up in this job, though our background is different. And I am sure this is the experience of many people. The academic background is much, much different from where their practical experiences going on in the current world. The first time ever in my life, I am sure this is the case with many, that I had to take a decision was in my 10th standard, where we had to decide in 11th which group you are going to choose, whether you are going to choose science or commerce. As
you had two choices at that time.
Correct. Most often, this is the two choices that broadly we have. See, as a child, yes, when somebody had asked me what do you want to become when you grow up, I used to say scientist. Okay, I don't know why, but then as a very small boy, I used to say this, that I want to become a scientist. And my aunt had a big influence in my life in helping me and my sister get oriented to Baba, Sathya Sai Baba of Puttaparthi, and I liked the way the entire ashram was functioning, and they had a school where I wanted to join. So in my 11th standard, I wanted to join in Puttaparthi in that particular school, and where they take admission only on merit basis, no recommendation, no donation, nothing. The education was free there. So I wanted to study there. So what happened in 10th, when I had applied for the prospectus, there is the exam, entrance exam that you need to write, and you need to score very well. Only when the interview call will come and you do your interview very well, then you get an admission. So when I looked at the syllabus that needs to be, gone through and prepared for your entrance exam, I was more confident that I would crack through if I take science group. Nowadays, children have the basic of economics and the finance in 9th and 10th itself. That was not the case in 1997. So at that point in time, I felt more confident to take science because I believed I can get into the institution. And so it happened. Okay. After getting into science group, 11th, 12th, nobody asks the question because automatic progression is on the BSc, Bachelor's in Science. And till the second year, there were no questions asked. Okay. The third year, final year, you need to take a specialization. I was a maths, physics, chemistry guy. So MPC, you need to take one of these papers as your majors. So I was looking at, okay, what would happen if I take maths? I was very afraid of maths, believe me. In my first year also, I had an arrear in maths paper. In second year also, I had arrear in maths paper. Okay, so I said third year, you need to pass out successfully of the college. So if you take maths, there is a big, sort of fear that we have. So I didn't want to take maths. Coming to chemistry, yes, chemistry was not a problem, but the only issue was I loved playing tennis in college. And the tennis court, okay, I studied in a hostel. The tennis court was right bang outside the chemistry court. And I used to play tennis every day. So what happened in my second year and first year, I used to observe all my seniors who had taken chemistry, their lab session will get over only by 5:30. The college gets over at 3:45. And every day, I will go back to hostel immediately, have a cup of tea, and I'll be on the tennis court at 4 o'clock. So if I take chemistry, I cannot play tennis. Okay, so I did not take chemistry. And in chemistry lab, for all the afternoon session, you do all these experiments in the lab and all that, you need to keep standing. But in physics lab, we had a stool. So happily you can sit in a stool and very comfortably you can work. So I need to convince my parents. I thought, okay, see, physics is so logical, so rational. Everywhere you see electronics and stuff like that. So that's how I took a decision of pursuing physics. But once I passed out of my third year, okay, then I came out to the world with respect to what you need to do next. Should I do an MBA and all that? So there were a lot of things happening around in 2002. The entire commodities trading industry opened up. The multi-commodity exchange started off in 2002. And I had a friend of mine who said that we'll start preparing for MBA. At the same time, probably if we have a job with work experience, if you pursue MBA, it will be more value. So I said, okay, it will make sense. And my sister had finished her MBA. She got job in a commodities broking firm as a financial analyst. She used to come home and tell me, see, what happened in gold today, what happened in dollar today. All this was very interesting for me. So I said, okay, chalo, why not enter that? So at home also, they didn't have a problem. if your sister is going to a company and you are also going there, safety, security, everything is there. No, and it was a good place. Let me tell you, it is. I always believe it is not important in which company you work. It is in whose company you are. I was in a company of people who were young, who wanted to learn a lot, and I had good boss. I had a very good boss who trained me. I came from a science background, as you rightly said, and finance was absolutely new. Everything that I learned was on the job. And worst thing what happened was, luckily I was a quick learner, so the going was very fast in my corporate ladder, and we got promotions and all that. And at one point in time, I was taken for placement to MBA colleges and all that, where we were hiring MBA students and we were training the MBA students. I was not an MBA guy. Okay, so somewhere that funds developed, not being an MBA, but being good in the subject, I was training all the MBA fellows. So when you are training MBA fellow, I said, "Arey yaar, MBA karne mein kya hai?" I did not find the charm doing an MBA. That's when CFP happened my way. In 2008, a good friend of mine, he introduced me to CFP in the sense that we were going out for a lunch. So he said, "I'm just dropping in to find out about a particular course. Why don't you give me company?" The literature, whatever they gave about CFP was very interesting because it was related to the field where I was operating in. And then he told me one line which stuck on. I have decided to join. Give me company. That's it. And at that point in time, 2008, when I'm saying, we had a lot of free time because clients were not giving appointments. Everybody was afraid of what's going to happen in the market, and cash was king. Okay, so I said, okay, now we have a lot of time. Why don't we pursue? So I joined CFP course. And in 1 month, my friend quit CFP and I continued. So the things, if probably I look in hindsight, everything that happened was purely by accident. We think that we are taking a very informed decision in life. Unfortunately, Raviji, many a time we think that, okay, we have used our rational brain, looked at a lot of data and found that there is something good in life, and then we'll end up doing things. Okay. But today, believe me, majority of my time I spend on training a lot of people. I do full day workshops and all that. I did not take chemistry because we had to stand in the lab. Okay, and I couldn't play tennis. And physics, I can happily sit and teach, but do experiments. But today, most often when I go for any of these sessions, I am the only one standing in the classroom and everybody is sitting. Okay, I was not good at maths, is what I believe. But today, most of them who attend in classes, they say that, okay, my numerical skills are definitely much above par. The reason, if I probably have to jot all this, is because we are aligned with the higher self. Okay. And as Mahatri always say, flow with the flow. That is something that I always believe. It is important that you are aligned with your own inner self and the higher self so that you can flow with the flow.
Great, great, Subhash. Your journey. I mean, like, it's wonderful to hear about what you have accomplished. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing more of you. And definitely, I definitely agree with what you're saying, because my background also. I was a science student too, but then when I was doing my computer science graduation, I also took up cost ICAA and completed that. And maybe initially for the first 10-12 years, it was not, and I was not aligned with the ICAA skills. But then after I started my own company, a company is about law, accounting, and everything that comes with that. So definitely the skills at some point is definitely going to help you. I mean, whether, you might not know it, but it's actually helping you in some way or the other. So I totally agree with you on that point. And so it was wonderful hearing from you. Anything else you want to add?
I also believe, Raviji, education is for life. It is not for living. Okay. Meaning, though I come from a science background, how I am able to apply those logics. See, science students are normally said to be very rational in their approach. For example, in physics, whatever the experiments that we used to do, if at all a circuit is not working, what is the approach? Typically, when you do the troubleshooting, the first point in troubleshooting, if something is not working, a circuit is not working, is first check if the power source is on. Second, check if the power socket has been plugged in properly in the plug. So the approach to life, it is so process driven. And believe me, when I hear Dhoni also say the same thing, I'm able to link to that. Dhoni is a very, very, very process-driven guy.
Process-driven guy.
Process, if your process is right, results will automatically follow. Even when it comes to the investment world, okay, you need to just do the process. What is in our hands? Market is not in our hands. No, all that is in our hands is how you invest, how much you invest, when you invest, what you do, right? So you can have control on only things that you are in action, only the actionable items. The fund manager is the one who is going to manage the funds. But when you are going to put in and when you are going to take, these are things that probably if you have a proper focus, goal-oriented focus, which is much more logical, okay, that is something that will take you long in wealth creation. As Warren Buffett very famously, said, it is not possible to time the market, but you can definitely make lot of money if you stay in the market for a long time. Okay, so timing the market order, time in the market is more important than wealth creation is what he said. So typically as advisors, okay, so I am into mutual fund distribution. We do help clients on achieving their goals. But when it comes to the clients, they are very emotional about money. Money is a very emotional subject. Okay, so it is always not typically they say husband and wife always have contrasting characters. Okay, so only then the opposite poles attract each other. So if a client is very emotional about his goals and about his money matter, you need to have some bit of rationalism. That's where most of the financial advisors or professionals like auditors, chartered accountants, or as you rightly said, cost accountants, all the professionals come with that rationalism. And it is very important to mix and match both of this. So I believe education is for life, not for living. And it is always a continuous process. Okay. In CFP, I have students who come, the average age, if I take the average age of people who come and pursue CFP is 40.
40.
Average age is 40. I've had students who are 60 plus who want to come and pursue. The youngest student that I had was 81. Oof. At the age of 81, he wanted to pursue, professional program. So I believe, as Socrates, very beautifully said, even on the last day, he was about to die. Okay, and the jailer asked, "What is your last wish?" He said, "I want a particular book so that I can die a lesser fool." So if we have that attitude to keep learning, lifelong learning is something that would make us fantastic human beings in life.
Wonderful, Subhash. I think you have set the tone for 2024. So wonderful listening to you and looking forward for more from you.
Thank you, my dear viewers. Please do share in the comment what you like the most about our entire discussion. And please go ahead and click the like button if you really like the discussion, and do share this with your friends. And to get continuous updates on our Friday Fire Chats FinWiz series, do subscribe to our channel. And till we catch up on our next episode, take care. Have a fantastic 2024. And may God bless you with financial abundance and physical strength and mental strength to achieve all your goals in life. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you, Rabiji.
Thank you.